In this country, there are two parties that seem to be controlling everything in our daily lives. The Democratic Party, supposedly composed of very liberal folks, but which has nothing to do with real democracy, and the Republican Party, who no longer represents the will of the people and who are no longer conservative. When you don't act to preserve and protect the traditions of our Constitution, you're not a conservative any longer. You're just in it to win it. Personal advantage, going along with whatever is popular, seems to be the hallmark of the Republican Party right now. But we must remember that Social Security retirement benefits, Medicare, basically free health care for the elderly, unemployment insurance, all paid for out of our salaries, by the way, weekends, child labor abolished, the abolition of slavery, the minimum wage, equal rights laws, equal protections under the law, social justice advancements, and much more all came from the Democratic Party. I can think of not one single social program that came to us from the Republican Party. And in fact, I can only think of the many administrations, such as the present one, whose only doctrine is to say no to or oppose any more social programs for the vast majority of us. They seem to want us all to go backwards. So there must be some modicum of real democratic sentiment within the Democratic Party. And indeed, this is the group that has handed us the Green New Deal resolution. As of this writing, not yet passed, really just a pipe dream. But what a wonderful puff out of the pipe it is. Many people, mostly Republicans, are calling the concept of trying to save the planet from the mass extinction of all life forms, including our own, as too radical. But isn't it far more radical an idea that you would do nothing to prevent a disaster of this proportion? Isn't it more radical, not less, for someone to not care a fig whether or not the human race survives into the next century? I think it's the most radical of us who would just allow our current course that takes us over the cliff in a few short years. I do not support in any way any radical ideas that fly in the face of billions of years of evolution. Do you? Maybe they read something in the Bible that makes them believe that God wants us all gone soon. I don't know. But that kind of radical religious idea appeals to me even less. So for my money, the Green New Deal and the process that must bring it to us, a true democratic socialism, is not radical enough because it will have to overcome too many of us now living who are hell-bent on total extinction of the human race. And sadly, it will not be improved until and unless we get true democratic socialism here in this country and later imposed on the rest of the world because it may already be too late. But here in this book, you will learn that far from being a radical set of ideas, the Green New Deal is just the launching pad of a new way of using our government systems to get things done much more quickly and in much more support of the common good, the will of the majority. Only in this book will you get the true perspective on the things that everyone can and must do now. We're saying in the next few days to kickstart the way that we can all start paddling in the right direction that averts disaster. Do you want to get started now, or are you going to wait until the water is rising over the roof of your house? Do you want to learn how to join others in the only way to save your home planet? Or are you going to lay around in this ongoing frozen panic like so many deer in the headlights? The choice is yours to make right here and right now.